The ANC Women's League has commemorated Human Rights Day in Mbombela, Mpumalanga. Today's festivities were in honour of activist Charlotte Maxeke, but the day also commemorates the Sharpeville massacre. Our reporter Lindokuhle Xulu attended the event and joins us now. Lindo, a strong message for women to break the silence. Tell us more.
Well, that's right, and the version of Human Rights Day commemorations here in Mpumalanga took place here in Mbombela, and one of the things that they said was that they want women to break the silence, and in fact this day was themed for the activist, that is Charlotte Maxeke, to say that as a person that fought for human rights, it is befitting that they commemorate this particular day by focusing on what she had done. Of course, this was led by the ANC Women's League. Key to that was a message saying that Charlotte Maxeke was one of the people that had formed what was known as the Bantu Women's League, which later became a part of the ANC Women's League that we know of today. So what they are saying there is that leading from the front is the women of this particular province from all the branches of the ANC, and what they are calling for is in fact the breaking of that silence by women, many women who suffer under the name of gender-based violence. One of the things that was expected to happen today, in fact, and Lee, was the premier of the province, she was supposed to deliver the keynote address for the many people that had attended that particular event, but what we saw was that for undisclosed reasons they said that she couldn't make it anymore, but the one who had delivered that keynote in her stead was the health MEC in the province of Mpumalanga, and these are some of the things that she had raised when she was addressing the people that attended that particular event.
My problems in Mpumalanga. Siyathula basihlukumele laboba ungasho until the day bazibambula ngila sithola khona ukuthi uyahlukunyelwa le gender based violence siyayibona sometimes mara manje ngale kamereni nemaphoyisa ngeke akhona ukuyibona because uyifihlile ngaphansi kweroof yakho. But the problem is that we are raising kids labantu okhula bazonde bobabe because babona lokho kwendeka kuwe while growing up indirectly. So awukuthi bulala wena qala uphinde ubulale nabantwana bakho ngendlela abantu ophila ngayo umvuzo wakhe. So it's us as women who must put an end to gender-based violence.
Politics of the province also came into play, Lindo. What was said?
Well, and Leah, I can in fact tell you that most of the things that were said there were a little bit of what that message said, which was to speak to the rights of women and encouraging them, but more so it was the messages of politics. And one of the things they were calling for was to say that external forces, external people that are not part of the Provincial Executive Council must in fact let go of the province. They did not mention names, but they were calling for Mpumalanga to be at the forefront of leading this particular province. They are saying that they are ready to be led by, in fact, the Premier Refilem Mtweni, and one of the things they are gunning for and calling for is for Refilem Mtweni to be, in fact, the chairperson of the province as they head towards some of those contestations. But one of the things that we saw was many of the leaders, many of the MECs there, and they're saying that they are there in their capacity as MECs, yes, but also as members of the ANC, and they are saying that they are ready to be led by a person that they said has already demonstrated leadership in terms of the current reshuffle. They said that one of the things they want to see is a support for the province, and they're saying that they want to be the first province to put forth a woman chairperson to represent this particular province. So in general, they said there were messages of support for Refilem Mtweni, and one of the things that they called for was to say more women must take up space in political positions, particularly high-ranking political positions. They said that they are ready to be led by women, and that is why they themed this particular day in Mpumalanga to say that, like the likes of the activist Charlotte Maxeke, they want leaders of that certain caliber, and they're saying that comparing Refilem Mtweni to Charlotte Maxeke, they believe that she is also up to par as far as the requirements are in terms of those particular leadership positions. So the battles in the Mpumalanga province, there was support even from the likes of Ubaba Upita Nyoni, who was here calling for support for Umamu Refile Mtweni. And in fact, they had branded T-shirts that were written RMT, meaning that Refile Mtweni Tsipane. They are calling for her to take up the leadership position in terms of the chairperson, as well as to continue with being the premier of the province. They're saying that that is what they want, and some people who are calling for that are just have been labeled as naysayers that do not want to see the revolution of women in the province taking part in those leadership positions.
Well, thank you very much for that update. That was Lindokuhle Xulu bringing us an update on Human Rights Day celebrations in Mbombela.